is Glenn Stafford. Glenn Stafford, the life in your years. The life in your years, Glenn Stafford.
Beep, 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 beep. Time of death, 6:02 p.m. June 22nd, 1996. Cause, heart failure. Madam Contest Master, fellow Toastmasters, and guests, have you lost a soulmate? If so, how did you cope with it? Me? It was consuming old granddad bourbon, berating God. Well, God, I guess you're so pleased taking my wife away from me and smiling for the pain that you have caused my in-laws, who now have to bury a daughter. You are so cruel. Being a widower, it is amazing the advice that you get. Glenn, you need to move on with your life. I get that. However, for the next 13 years, my life was completely filled with emptiness. September 2009, I received a phone call from a friend who I had not heard from in over 20 years since a high school reunion. Her name was Marty. We began to date, and my emptiness was replaced with abundant love. Now, Philip Woody would probably say, who would date Glenn? What's better yet is the conversations that people had with Marty. You should have been there when my boss was talking to her. Marty, you were the best of friends with Glenn. You loved and adored each other from 1967 to 1980. You were the best of friends, loved, adored each other, yet you never dated. What's with that? Well, Greg, back then, I would have killed Glenn. Driving home, so Marty, you have mellowed with age. She returned an obscene gesture that does not comply with Toastmaster standards. August 14th, 2012. Mr. Stafford, yes, we regret to tell you that Marty has died from heart disease. We're sorry for your loss. Well, God, check one up again. Glad you took my fiancé. Oh yeah, you can continue to fill with me how it's your will. By the way, where in the Bible does it say I have to agree with your will? I had the difficult task of delivering the eulogy. Family, friends, the sting of death hurts. That's not why we're here. We're here to celebrate the life that has positively impacted many people. Case in point, our own classmate, Bonnie Ryan, talked to me and said, you know, Glenn, I had a friend who needed a kidney transplant and hit nothing but roadblocks. Marty gave me a checklist that tore down the bureaucratic red tape. She is consistent with the anonymous quote. She gave back in rain what she received in mist. And I know that you hurt. Yet you need to understand, her dash in her life was more productive than most other people. Consistent with Abraham Lincoln's quote, it's not the years in your life that counts, it is the life in your years. To, again, Philip's surprise, and we even had dinner, I was engaged. And Philip says, I need to meet her. Philip tried to explain to Sharon that I was really a nice guy. Philip, that's why I'm here. Interesting enough, there's some of you out here who have been at the wedding when Sharon and I got married, and she had a heck of a sense of humor. Her vows started off with, Glenn, when I think back in 9th grade, you were the furthest thing from my mind I would ever say I do to before an altar. I asked her, Sharon, what possessed you to fall in love with me? Glenn, it was your eulogy for Marty. It was so filled with love. I wanted that for myself. God, thank you for my soulmates, Paula, Marty, now Sharon. And I appreciate your messenger, Bonnie, reminding me it's the life and the years that count.